Hey, Adam, they say time heals all wounds. Has enough time passed between now and the end of the playoff bubble last year that all the bad blood that was clearly evident between your team and the Flames will be gone by this opener?
Yeah, I think so. You know what? You kind of get in the playoffs and you're playing against one team. You kind of get wrapped up in that own little world and what's going on in that series. And now moving on into a fresh season, we're focused on one goal, and that's winning hockey games. I think, the things that happened in the past, you're going to leave them there. I think, it's two really good hockey teams that are going to come out tomorrow and try and start the season on the right foot. So, I don't think there's going to be any carryover from the summer.
We'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, Adam, thanks for this. When you look at the schedule and just obviously the limited amount of teams you have to play, all divisional games, I imagine it's probably not going to take a long time to get that adrenaline up, getting those rivalries together. What are you expecting from this season, just given what the schedule looks like?
Oh, I think it's cliche to say, but expect the unexpected. We don't really know how it's going to play out. We don't know what it's going to be like playing a team 9-10 times and playing such a condensed schedule. So I think it's all new to us. It's going to be exciting. You look at all the young talented players across the Canadian teams and you get to watch them almost every night. So I think we're looking forward to it. It's a real unique opportunity for us, an unprecedented time. So we're really looking forward to being back and, having that opportunity to compete against the Canadian teams just to see where we stack up. And, hopefully we can show that, we're a contending team in this country. And, I think we have the players in there to do that.
Go next to Sarah Orlesky from TSN. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hi, Adam. Obviously, the Flames, when you look at, have changed their roster since you guys saw them this summer. What are you expecting to see from that Flames group tomorrow that you guys need to be aware of?
Well, I think having that familiarity with them, with how they play in the bubble, and kind of we expect that style to be very similar. They have a lot of high-end skill, and their power play really burned us in the series. So, that's going to be important that we're disciplined against them. We know they're a big team. They can skate. They play physical. They're hard on the puck, and they run really solid systems. They don't really have a weakness that you can kind of exploit. It's about making less mistakes than them. And with their acquisitions, you look at their goaltending. The guys they added on defense, and the guys that they were able to bolster their lineup with up front. And you look at that, and they have incredible depth. They have two great goalies. They have a solid back end, and we know it's going to be a big challenge for us to start the season.
We'll go next to Joey Slattery from CTV Winnipeg. Go ahead, Joey.
Thanks, Adam. You look back in the last 300 and some odd days, you only play a handful of games, and then, beginning tomorrow in 114, you're going to play 56. So I'm just wondering, what's that anticipation like, the day before going into that kind of schedule?
Oh, it's a lot of excitement. I think, it's been a long time coming, a lot of hours for guys on our medical staff, ownership, players in the room to kind of be able to come to an area where we feel we can return to play safely. And, after only playing, a handful of games in the last 9 or so months, it's something we're really looking forward to. This is, what we've kind of done our entire lives, and to be able to get back to that, we're really happy and we're really excited for it.
We'll go next to Ken Wiebe from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Ken.
Afternoon, Adam. What's Trevor Lewis going to bring to your group this year?
Well, I think you look at the veterans we added. He's got a tremendous amount of experience, and he's one of those guys you can plug and play kind of on any different line. He's got a lot more skill than I think I realized from just practicing with him. And I think he's one of those guys that's going to kind of offer some leadership, some solid penalty killing ability, and one of those guys that is going to bring energy for us. And I think you saw in some of the scrimmages and some of the practices that he's still an extremely effective player, and I think he's really going to help our team in a positive way.
Go next to Paul Friesen from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, Adam, as focused as you guys are on tomorrow and almost as insulated as you are, how much attention do you pay to what's going on in the outside world, specifically south of the border, and how much you guys talk about that?
Well, I think there's discussions. We have a lot of Americans on this team, and it's one of those situations where hopefully in the next 2 weeks it'll play out, and there can be a smooth transition, and it can be kind of a bump in history. I think there's been a lot of negativity around it, and hopefully that's kind of the last of it, and we can all move on from it.
We'll go next to Kelly Moore from CJOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Hey, Adam, just taking a look at Calgary, your recollections of maybe not just the playoff series in the bubble last summer, but just playing against them in general. Monahan, Lindholm, Backlund, and even Sam Bennett for that matter. What kind of different challenges do each of those guys bring to the table in head-to-head matchups for you personally?
Are you looking like in the face-off circle? Like, are you referring to them as playing center, or just kind of different guys and what they're gonna bring? Sorry.
Can you hear me now, Adam?
Yep.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I just got unmuted. Yeah. So just overall, not just specifically face-offs, but just when you're playing against them in the flow of the game.
Yeah, well, I think you look at so the four guys is Monahan, Lindholm, Bennett, and who was it? Who's the last one we asked about? Sorry about this.
Backlund.
Okay, Backlund. Yeah, so I look at Lindholm and Monahan, and it's similar players. They're both dynamic. They have extremely quick releases. They're very really opportunistic offensively. I think you look at how they score their goals. They don't need a lot of room. They kind of find those soft areas around the dots, and they're able to get these quick shots off and usually find the back of the net. You look at Monahan, who he usually plays with, and it's Gaudreau, and they have incredible chemistry. They seem to kind of know where each other is going to be on the ice, and they can really hurt you. And last year when they were playing with Lindholm, they were an incredibly effective line. And then you move down and you look at what Backlund brings kind of with Tkachuk, and I think he's been come to known as kind of their two-way force, and he's extremely effective at both ends of the ice. And you look at how dynamic those guys with Mangiapane were last year, and how effective they were, Bennett or Backlund, Tkachuk, and Mangiapane. And it's a tall task. They don't really give up a whole lot, and they generate a lot. So anytime you're out there against them, it's important that you're not just aware of kind of their defensive skill, and they're going to turn pucks over, and they're going to create offensively. They're going to agitate. They're going to play you hard. And you look at Bennett, I think he's a big body, skates hard. He was a high draft pick, so he has incredible skill, and he's kind of transformed himself into a guy. You look at the series we had. I think he must have led the series in hits. He was all over the ice. He was creating a lot of energy for him, and he was going to the net, and he scored a couple big goals for him. So they all offer different challenges. They all offer kind of different skill sets, but they're all important pieces to their team.
We'll go next to Murat Atesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Hi, Adam. Thanks for doing this. Hope you don't mind pivoting and talking about yourself a little bit, and I'm looking for the right words. At 27 years old, contract year, heart of your career, and at camp I've noticed things like you're explaining drills to young players, Christian Vesalainen and otherwise, staying after practice with the young guys. What chapter of your career is this for you? No longer a young guy, part of the leadership group, not in your 30s though necessarily. What does this season, how does this fit into the career?
Not quite grizzled yet. It's a unique opportunity coming into this year. With being the last year of my deal, it's something kind of I haven't faced before, being an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. But that's one of those situations I try not to worry about too much, and know that you contribute at the rink, you come every day, you put your best foot forward, and those things seem to take care of themselves. And it's important that we integrate the young guys, whether it's helping them understand drills, or helping them kind of understand little plays that are going to make the difference or make their transition easier, whether it's from playing over in Europe or playing in the American Hockey League. And any way I can help, I think that's important. you know, we got a lot of superstars and a lot of great leaders on our team. You know, as long as you kind of just try and fit in with the guys and, you know, help out where you can, I think that's important. That's kind of what I've tried to do.